Hello student, good morning. I am Dr. Ajay Kumar Sinha, Professor of Chemistry. Today I am going to start new chapter, that is atomic structure, and I will review this chapter because already I have discussed in details. Now I will review this chapter, and this chapter that is very important for those who are preparing for IIT, NEET, and even for general general competition. Now I am going to start. These questions are actually this is the actually review of fundamentals of atomic structure, and all these points are very important, and on the concept of these points you can solve a very difficult question also. Okay, questions are asked only on the basis of these fundamentals. Then now I am going to start review of fundamentals of atomic structure. Now I am going to start. What is the atom? First you should know. Atom is the smallest indivisible particles of matter, postulated by Dalton in 1808. When was Dalton postulated about atom? Then in 1808. Dalton postulated in 1808. According to him, atom is the smallest indivisible particles of matter. Atom is the smallest indivisible particles of matter. Now next point, electron. Electron was discovered as a result of a study of cathode rays. Electron was discovered as a result of a study of cathode rays. Actually, here only I am discussing important points. I am reviewing the chapter. I will not go in details. Already I have finished this chapter in details. Only important points I am going to discuss. Now next point, cathode rays originates from cathode. Cathode rays originate from cathode. They cast shadow of the object placed in the path, rotates a mica wheel, and are deflected by electric and magnetic field in such a direction which shows that they carry negative charge. This point is very important. Again I am repeating. Cathode rays, how does it originate? That I am telling you. Cathode rays originates from the cathode. They cast shadow of the object placed in their path, rotates a mica wheel, and are deflected by electric and magnetic field in such a direction which shows that they carry negative charge. Next important point, no electric current flows through vacuum. You remember, no electric current flows through vacuum or the discharge tube containing gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. Again you listen carefully. No electric current flows through vacuum or the discharge tube containing gas at 1 atmospheric pressure. Next point, electron is a negatively charged particle. Electron is a negatively charged particle carrying 1 unit negative charge, that is 1.60 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs. And what is its mass? Mass of electron? Then its mass is equal to 1.60211 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Mass of electron is equal to 1.60211 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, which is approximately 1 upon 1837th, that is of H atom. Another way, it is the mass of electron is 1 upon 1837th of that of H atom. Correct? Whatever is the mass of H atom, it's 1 upon 1837, means mass of hydrogen atom divided by 1837, that is 1 upon 1837th of that of H atom. This is the mass of one electron, and in kg 1.60211 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Next point, proton. Proton was discovered by Goldstein in which year? 1886, as a result of a study of anode rays. Proton was discovered by Goldstein. Scientist's name is Goldstein in 1886 as a result of a study of anode rays. And anode rays do not originate from the anode. This is an important point. Anode rays do not originate from anode. The charge and mass of particles, I am talking about electrons, in the cathode rays is same irrespective of the nature of the gas and the material of the cathode. This is a very, very important point. The charge and mass of the particle, means electrons, in the cathode rays is same irrespective of the nature of the gas and the material of the electrodes. This is very, very important point. The charge and mass of particles, means electrons, in the cathode rays is same irrespective of the nature of the gas and the material of the electrodes. Next point, the charge and mass of the particle in the anode rays depend upon the nature of the gas taken. Correct? This is regarding anode. The charge and mass of the particles in the anode rays depends upon the nature of the gas taken. Okay? The charge and mass of the particles in the anode rays depends upon the nature of the gas taken. Next point, related to proton. Proton is a positively charged particles carrying 1 unit positive charge and mass equal to 1.672614 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, which is nearly same as that of H atom. Actually, mass of electron was 1.60211 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg, But here, proton mass is 1.672614 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, which is nearly same as that of H atom, means it is heavier than electron. Next point, nucleus. About the nucleus. Nucleus was discovered as a result of Rutherford's scattering experiments in 1911. How it was discovered? Now I am telling you. When alpha rays were allowed to a thin foil of gold, that time it was observed. Nucleus was discovered as a result of Rutherford scattering experiments in 1911. Alpha rays were allowed to hit a thin foil of gold. What was observed? Most of them passed through without undergoing any deflection, means showing presence of large empty space in the atom. Some you can say this rays were deflected through a small angle, showing presence of a small positively charged body in the atom. Some rays were deflected through a small angle, showing presence of some small positively charged body, because in the same charge repulsion will take place. Correct? Why it deflected? Then it deflected due to the same charge. Correct? Then some rays were deflected through a small angle, showing presence of a small positively charged body in the atom. And a few rays were deflected back. A few rays were deflected back, showing that body was a small but heavy. That this heavy mass was called nucleus, and nucleus is positively charged. Now come just for neutron. About neutron. Neutron was discovered by Chadwick in 1932 as a result of bombardment of beryllium and boron atoms with alpha particles. First point, neutron was discovered by Chadwick in the year 1932. How? As a result of bombardment of beryllium and boron atoms with alpha particles. Next, about the neutron. Neutron is a neutral particle having a mass of 1.67492 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Means this is also 10 to the power minus 27 kg, like a proton. But this neutron mass, you can see, proton was 1.672614, and this is again 1.67. Last 4 digit is a varying. Proton was 1.672614. Last 4 digit was 2614, and here last 3 digit is 492, means heavier, because both are 10 to the power minus 27 kg. But now neutron is heavier. 1.67, last 3 digit is 492, and here last 3 digit was 261. Then neutron is heavier. Correct? Neutron is a neutral particles having a mass of 167,492 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg, which is nearly same as that of H atom or proton. According to Rutherford model of atom, an atom consists of nucleus, which is a small in size but carries the entire mass, that is, contains all the neutrons and protons. On nucleus, what you will find? Neutrons and protons. And second important point, extranuclear part. Other than nucleus, extranuclear part, that is a space around the nucleus where the electrons are revolving. Means in the middle, nucleus is there, around the nucleus empty space are there, in that electrons are revolving. That space is called extranuclear part. That is the space around the nucleus where the electrons are revolving, and most of the place will be vacuum. Only somewhere electron will be there. Most of the place will be empty. Now come to the atomic number. Atomic number, that is represented by Z. Atomic number is the number of proton. Atomic number is the number of protons present in the nucleus. These were determined by Moseley, scientist name, chemist Moseley, in 1913. It is equal to the number of electrons in a neutral atom. Means number of proton is equal to number of electron. That is called atomic number. Hence, correct definition of atomic number is the number of protons present in the nucleus. Correct? And these were determined by Moseley in 1913 and is equal to the number of protons in a neutral atom. Next point, that is the mass number. That is represented by capital A, mass number. Mass number is the sum of number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus and collectively called nucleons. Question is asked, what is a nucleons? Okay, the nucleons means that is the proton plus neutron. Proton, number of proton plus number of neutron, means both collectively number of, or you can tell these protons and neutron are collectively called nucleons. Mass number that is represented by capital A is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus and collectively called nucleons. Okay, this important point now I have discussed. Now little more I want to discuss. Isotopes. What is the isotopes? Then there are atoms. What is the isotopes? Then isotopes are the atoms of the same element. You remember, isotopes are the, you can say, atoms of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number. You remember, these are means isotopes are atoms of the same element. Suppose it is a calcium, then atoms are all atoms of calcium. If suppose it is a magnesium, all atoms of magnesium, hydrogen, nitrogen, any element you can consider. Then isotopes are atoms of the same element having, what is the condition? Listen, having same atomic number but different mass number. Same atomic number, both atoms will have same atomic number because they belong to the same element, but they will differ in mass numbers. What is isobar? Then these are atoms of different elements. Now different elements having same mass number but different atomic number, because elements are different, then obviously atomic number will be different. Correct? Because elements are different. Each element have different atomic number, you know. Then isobars are atoms of different elements having same mass number but different atomic number. This is the condition. Now in this case mass number is same but atomic number is different. What is the isotone? These are atoms of different elements containing the same number of neutrons. These are atoms of different elements containing the same number of neutrons. They have different atomic numbers as well as mass number. Both are different. Only neutron will be the number of neutron will be the same. Correct? Isotones are the atoms of different elements, just like isobar, containing the same number of neutron. They have both different, means atomic number as well as mass number. Both will be different. Now come to the radius of nucleus. Radius of nucleus. Then radius of nucleus is nearly 1 divided by 10,000 of that of atom. Correct? If you will compare with atom, then in atom nucleus is found. Correct? Then obviously nucleus radius will be less, atom will be more. Radius of atom will be more. In the middle nucleus is there, then obviously its radius will be less. Then how in comparison to atom, how will you tell? Then 1 upon 10,000. 1 upon 10,000 of the atom. 1 upon 10,000 of that of atom. Remember, radius of nucleus is nearly 1 upon 10,000 of that of atom. And volume of proton, then that is approximately, what is the volume? Volume knows how much it you can say cover the space, okay, place or a space. Then volume of proton is approximately equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 38 cubic centimeter. Centimeter power 3 cubic centimeter. 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 38. This is the volume of proton. Now come to the density of nucleus. Density of nucleus, mass by volume. Per unit volume, what is its mass? Correct? Mass per unit volume, that is the density. Then here density of nucleus is equal to 10 to the power 14 gram per centimeter cube, cubic centimeter. Correct? Density of nucleus is equal to 10 to the power 14 gram per cubic centimeter. Or you can tell in term of tons, 10 to the power 8 tons per cubic centimeter. 10 to the power 8 ton. TONNES, ton, you know. That is a quintal tons, that tons. In terms of tons, also you can tell 10 to the power 8 tons per cubic centimeter. You remember questions are asked. Whatever I discussed, all questions are asked in medical and engineering examination. Now, few points again I want to tell you. That is related to electromagnetic wave theory. Electromagnetic wave theory. According to electromagnetic wave theory, the energy is emitted from any source continuously and consists of electric and magnetic fields. Electric field and magnetic field, two fields are there. Electric field due to the electricity and magnetic field due to the magnetic property. Then according to electromagnetic wave theory, this is important theory actually, electromagnetic wave theory. Then according to electromagnetic wave theory, the energy is emitted, means coming out. The energy is emitted from any source continuously and consists of electric and magnetic fields oscillating perpendicular to each other. Oscillating perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation. Suppose it is propagating in some direction, north direction, then only there both are perpendicular to each other, 90 degree to each other. Magnetic field and magnetic field and electric field both are oscillating perpendicular to each other. Both are at 90 degree. They are oscillating but at 90 degree. Correct? And its direction will be to the direction of propagation. Now next important point, electromagnetic waves travel with a velocity of light. This is an important point. Actually light is electromagnetic wave, you remember. Then all electromagnetic wave travel with the velocity of light. What is the velocity of light? Then 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Correct? And you should remember, meter you can convert in centimeter also. Correct? But only remember only one. After that you can make a change. No problem. 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Only one you remember. After that digit you can change it. Correct? This is important. Gram also you can convert in kg by dividing by 1000. Correct? Then I told you density of nucleus 10 to the power 14 gram. Then that you convert it in kg also by dividing by 1000. Then only one you remember it. After that you can make a change. Correct? Then 10 to the power 14 gram per cubic centimeter. That was the density of nucleus. Now light, velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second and do not need any medium for propagation. You remember the important point. For light or for electromagnetic wave, do not need any medium for propagation. Don't require any medium for propagation. Again important point I am telling you, because we are talking about the wave, electromagnetic wave. Then wave and frequency and velocity, how both are related, or how these three are related? Wavelength lambda, frequency nu, and velocity c, small c. How all three are related is very, very important. Very important relation. Question is asked on this relation. Then wavelength, frequency, wavelength means lambda, frequency nu, just like a small b, velocity c, small c, of any electromagnetic radiation. Radiation means wave, okay, of any electromagnetic radiations are related to each other as c is equal to nu into lambda. C is equal to nu into lambda. Correct? Then c means velocity. Then velocity, centimeter per second or meter per second. Like that way, per second is important, per unit time. Then now c is the velocity. Then how will you come to know? then c is equal to nu into lambda. Lambda is just like a wavelength, only length, and nu per second. Per second, how many times it is rotating. Lambda, just like just example I am telling you, vehicles of a scooter. In 1 second, how many times it will rotate? Correct? That is actually frequency. Per second, how many times it is rotating. Sometimes nowadays in a general way, people will tell frequencies of buses are more. Means in one day it is coming how many times, they want to tell that things. Then here frequency is per second or per minute, generally per second. Okay, how many times it is a wave is rotating. Then now per second you are talking about per second, and in one rotation, what was the distance, that you can know in one rotation how much length is their circumference. Correct? That is a length only. Then now if you multiply with lambda is the wavelength. Then means in one rotation what is the length, total length in one rotation. If you multiply both, if you are knowing that 10 rotations are there, number of rotation per second is 10, and in one rotation lambda length is there. Lambda is length in one rotation, and 10 rotation it is moving. Then total distance is 10 into lambda. 10 into lambda means length, and per second, and that is actually velocity, where total distance covered in 1 second. Number, you are going number into one time in one rotation, what is the distance into number, then total distance, that is in 1 second. That's why c is equal to nu into lambda. Nu is frequency, lambda is wavelength. This is very, very important point I have discussed. Okay. Now next class today I am stopping only here. Next class I will discuss again further electromagnetic radiation I will discuss. That is called electromagnetic spectrum. The arrangement of different electromagnetic radiation. Many different type of radiations are there. The arrangement of different electromagnetic radiation in order of increasing wavelength. All radiation, their wavelength will change. All the radiations have different wavelength. Then the arrangement of different electromagnetic radiation in order of increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency. Actually both are inversely related. Wavelength and frequencies are inversely related. If frequency is more, means wavelength will be less. Correct? If wavelength is more, frequency will be less. Inversely proportional. And frequency and energy both are directly proportional, related. If more the frequency, more the energy. You remember these things. The arrangement of different electromagnetic radiation in order of increasing wavelength or decreasing frequency is called electromagnetic spectrum. The next class I will tell you value of wavelength or frequency. That is in next class I will discuss other terms of this chapter, and all terms are important. Many terms are there, and I will discuss in very details so that you can't miss any question. Okay, after reading all points, I think you will not miss any question in exam. Okay, now I am stopping only here. Thank you.